we're in Chapter 10, Section 2. We're now dealing with the conic section known as circles. You will see on your paper, you guys look on your paper. I'll scroll up here. This is a cone, all right? And whenever you have a plane, all right, cutting a cone where the plane right here is parallel to its base. You guys see that circular base right there? If these are parallel, it creates a section of the cone called a circle, all right? And so this is known as a conic section. That's if this plane, or this piece of paper right here, whatever you want to call it, cuts through it, all right? Now, here we go. Going back down, there's your, make sure you guys have this in your notes right here. Standard equation of a circle. There it is right here. I want you guys to understand the center of the circle is an x coordinate and a y coordinate referred to as h and k. So understand, h is your x value, k is your y value. This is the center of the circle. So on your paper right now, put a point right here, and I would like you guys to label that as the center of your circle. Okay? Now, we're going to build the equation based off of the center of our circle. We're going to write x minus, what's our h value? 3 squared plus y minus, what's our k value? 3. Equals, we got to find our radius, right? Now it says the center is at 3, 3, but the circle is what? Tangent. Tangent means touching. Like it's just resting on it. So I'm going to make a circle where the x-axis is right there, touching the circle. Right about there. There we go. So right here, can you see right here that the circle is right there resting on the x-axis? And right here, if I did a perfect job, it would be also on the y-axis. So what I'd like you to do right now is, oh man, I should have done that.
To draw the circle? Yes.
Yes. Now here's how you draw the circle. I want you to put a point right here. Put a point right here. Go up 3, put a point, and over 3, and put a point. When you're drawing a circle, all right, if you don't have a compass and you're just trying to draw it by hand, just do it section by section. So kind of curve it up. That's part of it. Have a curve down. So do it section by section. Makes it a little bit easier. I realize that's not a perfect circle, but that's a way you could kind of draw it if you don't have a compass. If you do have a compass, then you don't have to do it like that. Start with the compass and make a nice circle going through all the points right there. Oh yeah, don't make a square. That would be bad. Okay. Definitely try to make a circle. Right. Now, what is the length of our radius from here to there? What's the length? 3, right? So the distance from here to right there. Our radius is equal to 3, but this says r squared. So in our formula, just remember, I know we're recording, so whenever you're eating chips, you hear that sound in the background. Thank you. This is your equation. This right here represents your h value. This right here represents your k value, and this value represents your radius that has been squared. So put in your journal and on your paper, I'm going to give you guys a chance to kind of get this written down. This will be an example so you know how to build an equation of a circle. Then we'll go ahead and do number 2. All right, let's see how you did on problem number 2. We're going to go over here to problem down to problem 2. Here we go. All right, I'm going to ask you a question. You're going to give me an answer because that's the type of people you are. What is my h value? 2. Correct. Label it h. What's my k value? 1. Negative 1. Very good. Negative 1. And my radius? No, my radius is 4. Oh, right there. That's my r. Okay, so let's go over here. We're going to write our standard equation. X minus h squared plus y minus k squared equals r squared. So let's plug things in. What am I going to plug in for h? I'm going to plug in a 2. That was easy. Let's see here. I'm going to put y minus, what am I going to plug in for k? A negative 1. Uh-oh. What's going to happen right here?
It's going to add 1.
That's right. So I'm going to erase that. Okay, it's going to turn to a positive. Now, if you're watching this video and you don't know what just happened, just know this. A negative times a negative is a... Wow, that's my enthusiastic class answering right there for you. Yes, a negative times a negative is a positive. Now, this is my radius squared, so I'm not going to put the number 4. I'm going to put the number 16 is correct. And by the way, you just built your equation right there. Ta-da, you're done.
That's all you did.
Pretty easy, huh?
You have to label it.
That's your standard equation. Just put a box around it so I know that that's your final answer. That'd be great. Now, we're going to plot this now. We're going to go over 2, down -1. We're going to put a point. We're going to make a radius of 4. So I'm going to go over 1, 2, 3, 4 this way. Put a point. I'm going to go up 1, 2, 3, 4. And you see the pattern here, hopefully. Myra sees the pattern. She's so excited she's talking. All right? So, right here, I want you to build your circle. Obviously, if you have a tool like this, it makes it very easy. If you don't have a tool like this, then you're going to have to do it section by section. So once again, start here and arc it going up. Then to that point. Then to that point. Then to that point. So understand, I'm not expecting perfection. Here's what I'm expecting. It not to look like this. That would be bad. Okay? And if you look at it, well, I don't know why you counted me wrong, Mr. Demood. I'm saying, well, I'm sorry you don't realize why that's wrong. Okay? It should look something similar to this, where I can clearly see that the radius is 4 units. That looks good. Good job. All right, we have 8 minutes to solve this problem. Right now, do you notice how we do not have this in standard form?
Ooh. Oh, I know.
I don't
Minus 21 for both sides.
Okay, so, Ryan, we are going to take this and move this across, and yes, that will be a negative 21. But here's what I want you guys to do on your paper right now. Here we go. Ready? Put x squared minus 8x plus, put an open box right here, put an empty box. Now I'm going to change colors for our y values. Plus y squared minus 6y plus an empty box equals, we moved 21 across, we subtracted 21 from both sides. Now, I have a blue box and I have a magenta box, so I need to add a blue box over here
And a magenta box.
and a magenta box to balance each side of the equation. Now, before we get too far advanced, I want to make sure everybody's aware our final answer is going to look like this. X minus h squared plus y minus k squared equals r squared. And once again, what does h and k represent? The center of our circle. That's our center of our circle. So we got to find the equation. We got to build it. Now, something you need to know in your journal is how to complete the square. So right now, I want you guys to write completing the square. If you have ax squared plus bx plus c, and this ends up being a perfect square, here are examples of perfect squares. These are just examples. X plus 2 times x plus 2, which is x plus 2 squared. X minus 3 times x minus 3, which would be x minus 3 squared. These are called perfect square trinomials. Now there is a pattern for every single perfect square trinomial. This is the pattern. If the a value right here is equal to the number 1, and you have x squared, and you have the middle term called b times x, I want you to understand what your c value will always equal. The c value here will always equal the b value divided by 2, or half of the b value, squared. So this number that you would put in this box right here every single time, if the a value is a what? Is a 1, is b squared over 4. I'm going to highlight this right there. I want you to understand. b value will be squared and it'll be divided by 4. That's one way you can do it. What I'd like to do is just take half of it and square it. So what we're going to do over here, hopefully you have this little pattern right here in your journal. So in case you need to complete the square, you know what to do. I'm going to scroll over here. And I'm going to label. Right now, I'm going to label the B. Here, I'm going to label the B. Because notice, each one of these, the A value is a 1 on both of those. So what is half of negative 8? If I take negative 4, so take negative 8 divided by 2, and I have to square it. So negative 4 squared is a 16. Very good. So listen, our first number right here, let's review it real quick. How did we get 16? I took negative 8, I took half of it, and then I squared it. No. I need somebody else to be able to do the next one, because I don't just need you to know it, I need everybody to know it.
Myra wants to do it.
Okay, Myra can do it in just a second. Before I get too far advanced, Myra, if I put a 16 here, I got to go over here and I got to put a 16 over there. So make sure you you're adding 16 to both sides of this equation.
Okay.
Now, what number do you think I'm going to put right here in this spot?
A 9.
A 9 is correct, because if you take half of negative 6, that's negative 3. Negative 3 squared is a 9. So once again, just take a negative 6 divided by 2 and square it. If you put a 9 here, you also have to put a 9 right there. Okay? So let's see what we have now. Everybody, here's what we have. We have x squared minus 8x plus 16 plus y squared minus 6y plus 9 equals, now if you add all of these together, 16 plus 9 is 25. 25 minus 21 is a 4. So I'm just letting you know, all of this just combines to be a 4. We have just finished completing the square. The reason we did that, everybody, is so now we can easily factor the x's, and we can easily factor the y's. We're going to have an x here and an x here. We're going to have a y here and a y here. And I need you to know that the number that's going to go right here is just the b value divided by 2. The number that's going to go here is the b value divided by 2. And yes, every single one, when you're factoring it, you take your b value and divide it by 2. So Ryan, I will let you answer this. What am I going to put in both slots right here?
I'm still trying to figure out where you're going.
Oh,
4, he added this together.
negative 21, 16, and 9 makes me 24.
Oh, okay. Alright, I got you. Alright, now which one to answer?
Actually, this one. Liz, what did you get here and here?
Negative 4, and then...
Hold on. We get that done first. Negative 4 and then negative 4. And how did you get that? You took negative 8 and took half of it. So over here, you do the exact same concept. What did you get over here, Liz?
Negative 3, negative 3.
Very good. Minus 3 and minus 3. And that is all equal to a 4. We have about a minute left. I want you guys to understand what this becomes and what this becomes. X minus 4 times x minus 4 is x minus 4 squared. Y minus 3 and y minus 3 is y minus 3 squared. And that is all equal to a 4. And that right there is your equation. You have your h value. You have your k value. And you should know your radius. What's your h value?
Negative 4.
No, thank you for playing.
4.
4. Because remember, the formula, I'm going to pause it real quick. What's our k value?
3.
3. Right there. Our k value is 3. What's our radius? Ooh.
4.
No. Our radius is 2. Because what does this represent? This represents our squared. Now we're going to go over here. We're wrapping it under 20 seconds. All right, here's your center, everybody. Your center is at 4, 3. And you have a radius of 2. So there is your circle right here. 4, 3, radius of 2. And there's your equation built for you. There's your HK values and your radius. And that's it.